Hi, welcome back to another 10th House brand video. My name is Gabrielle. I've been inspired by an interview that I recently saw with young Jeezy and Nia Long. So I decided, hey, why not read young Jeezy's birth chart? Because the way that he spoke in the interview, I was very, I'll say pleasantly surprised. Not that I thought, anything negative. It's just the way that he spoke and how... I don't want to necessarily say how spiritual, how much thought he put into his words and how genuine he came across. I'll say that. I was impressed. So let's jump into it. I'm going to review just a few aspects, not his entire birth chart, obviously. I want to make this a quick video. J.W. Jenkins was born September 28th, 1977. That makes him a Libra sun at the 5th degree. And he's also an Aries moon at the 20th degree. So I'll start with those two placements. Obviously, he's a performer. So having his sun at the Leo degree makes a lot of sense. Libra men themselves are typically, very charming. I feel charming, good with their words. That's typically the role that people, or the stereotype people give Libra men. But one thing about Libras that people assume is that they're balanced. Obviously, they have the scale, but I read that a little bit differently. I read it as Libras are always searching for that balance. That is a lifelong journey. And do they ever actually achieve it? I don't know, but that's a lifelong search. They're searching to be balanced. They're searching to be on an even keel. So that's their life journey. I already mentioned, Libras are very artistic. Well, actually, I did not mention that they are artistic, but they are. A lot of Libras are. Obviously, it depends on the rest of your birth chart, but Libras are very charming and very good with their words. And I definitely saw that come through a little bit in the interview. But another thing that I feel like Libras themselves try to keep this on the hush, and a lot of people don't openly know this about Libras. They are control freaks. I'm a Capricorn. I would say Libra is maybe well, no, I won't say that. I won't say they're the only sign. Libras are very controlling though, but they do it in a way, like I said, they're charming. They do it in a way that you won't realize what they're doing until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get into a relationship with them. They're go with the flow. They're very charming. They're very romantic and friendly. They woo you. And then it's like once you're in the relationship now, it's like you see they have these ways. Like, oh my God, where did this controlling side come from, So yeah, Libras are control freaks. They do not like when you do not do what they want you to do, which makes sense because this man is getting divorced. I did not look into Jeannie Mai's birth chart. I probably should have before I made this video. So maybe I can circle back around to this another time. But it definitely makes sense looking at his chart that, things weren't going the way that he wanted them to go. And he was like, oh, I'm out. That makes a lot. Not that it's funny, but that makes a lot of sense. So he has an Aries moon, which already whenever I see somebody with an Aries moon, male or female, I know that they're probably very reactionary, or at one time were at some point reactionary. Libra moons more so than even Libra suns. I feel like they are the ones that are like TTG, trained to go, because the moon deals with your emotions. So having Aries, having such a soft placement, a placement that deals with women in your life, a placement that deals with your mother, in a sign like Aries. And I even think he mentioned this during the interview. He mentioned that his mother was the type of mother where, if he went home and told his mother he got into a fight with everybody in the neighborhood, she would take him back around to to the basketball court or wherever those people were and have him fight everybody one by one. That makes sense, having an Aries moon. So that's the impression that he has of his mother. Like he mentioned the relationship being somewhat rocky. It's just such a harsh placement for a soft planet like the moon to fall in. If I'm making sense. I don't know how else to say that, but it's funny because when he said his mother, that's what his mother would do, Nia Long was like, well, that's what I would do too. And he has his moon at the 20th degree of Scorpio. And I do know just off the top of my head in a quick glance Nia Long is like a Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Mercury. She has a lot of Scorpio in her chart. So I just found that part a little bit funny. So like I said, with his moon falling in Aries, I already know that he either is or it was at some point very reactionary. With it at a Scorpio degree, he might also be very vengeful, quick to act and also quick to react. I know he's probably hot tempered, which with that Libra sun is something that he does not like to show. He probably likes to be seen as just cool, his vibe laid back. But under the surface, if you do something to piss that man off, whoo, baby, I wouldn't want to. I would not want it with him because you probably won't see it coming. So also moving on from that, with his moon in Aries, I know he's probably very protective, also assertive. He spoke about a time where he was on tour and he got arrested, and he said he thought he did all the right things. He didn't take any, unsavory characters with him. All the people that were with him were people that were working on the tour with him. And he said that he got arrested as well as 10 people that were on the tour with him. For, I don't know if he said unaliving or I don't know. I don't remember what it was for. And he said that someone came to get him out or something. He said, I'm not leaving until I can get everybody else out with me, which he said was $10 million. And he stayed in jail for 2 weeks until everybody was released. So that's that protective Aries moon coming out. They're very loyal. They don't leave their people. Now, if the Aries moon left you, you're not their people. Okay. So I'm going to speak about 2 more placements. I don't want to make this too long. He is a Mercury in Virgo. So his Mercury falls into the sign of Virgo, which makes sense because the way that he spoke in this interview, it was very genuine. It was very detailed. It was you could tell he put thought and detail and just time into his responses and where he is in life and what he went through and why he is the way that he is and what he's gone through to change and just, okay. So obviously everybody knows Virgo is a detail-oriented sign. Okay, everybody knows that about Virgo. The planet of Mercury is at home in Virgo because Virgo, I'm getting my words all confused. You have to excuse me. Because Mercury rules over not only Gemini, but also Virgo. So Mercury is at home here. And Mercury is like your thought process, the way that you do things is how you think. Okay. And I guess to a certain extent, not to like fall in line with Mars, but how you act, but more so how you think that produces how you act, I guess is a good way to say that. So obviously we know he's intelligent. He's very intelligent. I can tell by the way he's speaking. He's sharp. He's precise. He puts thought into, not only his answers, but he's a thinker, like, dare I say like a philosopher, like I don't even want to attempt that word and I'm already tongue tied, but a philosopher, I could tell in the interview was very obvious that he was at a point, and at some point he thought, I need better. I need different. How do I go from where I am with all of this trauma, all of this, my career, and how do I transform into somebody better? And you could tell he's a man who, I'm not going to say has changed because I don't, I can't say that. It is at least on the path to enlightenment and change. And I felt it very genuine, which I wasn't really expecting him to be genuine. I thought, I'm done with this one. I just didn't want to be with her anymore. But I felt like it was more so about him. Like, this is where I'm at. This is the thought process that put me here. This is where I am going. This is what I'm dealing with. I loved it. So yeah, that Mercury and Virgo really, really came out. Another thing about people with their Mercury and Virgo, they question the norm. They question why they don't go along with groupthink. Why is this the way that it is? How can I make this better? How can I improve upon this process? Because if nothing, Virgos are very efficient. That's their thing in life. So That was very apparent. He referred to himself as a visionary. He said, nobody else did what I did. Not even speaking in reference to his career, just, as far as where he came from and where he ended up. So that makes sense. That Mercury in Virgo is very apparent. They like, one thing that's important for people with their Mercury in Virgo is to have some sort of outlet where you can express. So like writing, like something in the arts, like singing. And it makes sense because we know, he's a rapper. He's using his words. All of that falls in line with this Mercury placement. So that makes a lot of sense. It's like a thirst for knowledge. There we go. Now, when I saw that he had Cancer and Mars, just moving on from that Mercury, I was shocked. So that being a Cancer Mars, obviously Mars is the sign of action. Having it in a sign like like Cancer, it debilitates your Mars. So I find that when Mars is in a sign like Libra or Cancer, the men are very, very, very passive aggressive. And this could also be true with the women, just passive aggressive. They don't do things. They don't come straight at you. Now that could be somewhat different with his moon in Aries, but it's kind of like they creep around you and you don't see it coming, like passive aggressive. That's the perfect word for it, passive aggressive. Now, with that Aries moon, I would not want to I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. A Libra sun, an Aries moon, and a Cancer Mars, you will never, if you piss this man off, you will not see it coming. Okay. He's going to get you. Like, don't even worry about it. It's coming, but he's going to get you, but it's going to be at the perfect time, at the perfect moment, kind of like a snake. Like, you're not going to see him coming. And that's exactly how he processed that divorce. Like, she's posting like, I love you, babe. We're going to be together forever. And this man has been at the divorce attorney for months. Wow. Like, he is definitely the embodiment of his birth chart. But like I said, I don't want to keep this long. I'm going to end it here. Maybe I can circle back around, look at Jeannie Mai's chart and see how they would get along, and come back and make another video. But please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.